You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, the NHL was trying to make a run to become the most woke sports league out there. They were virtue signaling when it came to Pride. We talked about that. But if you guys remember correctly, the NHL also tried to sponsor this transgender hockey event, and it backfired because a female actually got injured with a concussion when she actually came onto the ice, and a male player identified as a woman ended up hitting her, and she actually suffered a concussion. That was some controversy for the NHL. Now, the Pride stuff, Ivan Provorov set a precedent that players, if they actually speak up, they can fight back, because his team actually wanted the players to go out there in warm-ups wearing Pride jerseys, and he said, no, I'm not going to do that. And once he actually did that, other players spoke up as well, because it was team after team after team that actually started holding all these Pride nights. And by the way, it wasn't even June. It wasn't even during Pride Month. These teams wanted to virtue signal. I'm willing to bet that members of the Alphabet Mafia really aren't even hockey fans. And it completely backfired. It became so much of a distraction that the NHL actually said, all right, that's it. No more Pride jerseys. None of this virtue signaling during games is not going to happen. Now, on your own free time, you can go out there, you can do that. But players don't have to be a part of this because it's taking away from the game. And to me, it's also very, very political. I mean, everything to do with Pride is political, because one side of the political aisle, they're pushing all of this. Average, everyday sports fans, hockey fans, they just want to watch the game. Nothing more. Well, the NHL now has taken another stand. And with this, guys, they have completely wiped out all Pride stuff at all NHL games. Check this out. NHL ends use of Pride tape on equipment after dumping gay-themed warm-up jerseys. Yeah. So like, for example, this hockey stick right here that you can see is actually dressed up in the rainbow. The rainbow. And I believe they were only using this during the warm-ups as well, because when the game starts, there was no rainbow stuff, no Pride jerseys, none of that. The NHL actually said, no, we're dumping it all. The NHL now has become the most unwoke league now, when they just months ago were really trying to be the most woke sports league. It has completely flipped now. Check this out. The National Hockey League, NHL, has moved to end the use of Pride tape on sticks after ending the use of gay-themed warm-up jerseys last season, according to reports. In June of last year, the league ended the use of Pride-themed jerseys during gay Pride games, with Commissioner Gary Bettman condemning the jerseys as a distraction. And I believe also when it came to some teams with the jerseys, they were actually trying to auction off these Pride jerseys with the players' names on them. But the thing is, it backfired because some players didn't want to wear them. So now they're not going to be able to raise any money off of the players now with these jerseys, because there will be no Pride jerseys with players' names on them now. It goes on here. It says the league allows the teams to promulgate Pride games if they so choose, but the special recognition on the ice is slowly being eliminated. Some players and teams, though, had persisted in using a tape with phrases supporting the gay agenda even after the jersey ban. But going forward, the tape has also been banned. I mean, what else is there really to actually virtue signal with now when it actually comes to the games? You can't wear the jerseys. You can't have the tape. I believe now that everything has been eliminated when it comes to the Pride stuff in the NHL. Quote, Pride tape will not be used on the ice this year in the NHL. Pride tape media relations representative Jeff McLean told the New York Post this week. In a letter to the teams, the league reiterated that teams may hold any specialty night they like, and added that players are, quote, encouraged to express themselves off the ice. That's the key. You can do what you want to do as long as you're not on league business. When it comes to the games, you're wearing the regular warm-up jerseys. You're going to use the regular hockey sticks. All this virtue signaling is done. It goes on here. It says, but all displays of theme tapes, uniforms, shirts, equipment, or jerseys will no longer be allowed on the ice, ESPN reported. The Pride celebrations became a sticking point last year when a growing number of players and teams decided to eschew the gay-themed tapes and jerseys. Last year, before the ban, 3 teams had opted out of wearing the gay-themed Pride jerseys. The Chicago Blackhawks decided not to wear them during the team's gay Pride night out of fear that 3 Russian-born players may be put in jeopardy due to the new anti-gay law that was enacted in Russia at the time. Previous to that, the Minnesota Wild also opted out of wearing the jersey, and in January, the New York Rangers opted out of wearing the gay Pride-themed jerseys. Yeah, this is the end right here of all the virtue signaling. And I hope that other leagues actually pick up on this. MLB is still doing it. But if you guys remember the Tampa Bay Rays, they actually had players that said, no, we're not going to wear these ribbons or whatever it was on their jerseys. It was like 7 players. That is a lot of players on the team that rejected that in baseball. But we know this is still an issue in Major League Baseball. But I said it before, man, when it comes to the NBA, I don't believe you'll ever see this in the NBA. You won't be seeing players wearing Pride jerseys or ribbons or none of that stuff because most of the league is black. And I've been very, very clear. When it comes to the black community is not down with the alphabet agenda. It just ain't happening. I mean, I'm black. I grew up in a black neighborhood. I know exactly how the vast majority of black people feel about this. In a lot of families, if you're a part of the alphabet community, your family doesn't want anything to do with you. I mean, it is just flat out rejected for the most part. That's why I don't believe you'll actually see the NBA do this. But the NHL, man, is now unwoke. They are done with the Pride stuff. This is very, very good news. The NHL is just not going back to playing the game. And I wish that other sports leagues would actually pick up on this as well. The NFL needs to eliminate the quote-unquote black national anthem. That's divisive and political. We already have one national anthem. Get rid of the end racism stuff in the end zones. The NBA, they need to get out of bed with China. I mean, the NBA is super political. They're actually probably the most left-leaning sports league out there next to the WNBA. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.